guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Christina and this is my travel channel. Today we're going to talk about my experience on Holland America's Eurodam back in August 2024. I know it's been a minute, and I wanted to emphasize that this was an Alaskan cruise, so some of the things I'm talking about are probably specific to taking a cruise to Alaska on this ship, but I think a lot of the other things still apply, as far as the ship, the venues, and the entertainment possibilities. So with that being said, here are my thoughts on Eurodam. The embarkation process was extremely simple and very quick. We were told to be at the port not earlier than noon, but due to the weather, we decided to go a little bit early. We made it there probably 20 minutes before 11, and by 11:15 we're actually in our cabin. Not only we were able to get to the cabin right away, but our suitcases came within 5 to 10 minutes. After that, the muster drill that you normally do as soon as you get on the boat, at least from my experience, was again a very simple process. All we had to do was watch a video in the room, and then we had to go to our assigned place on the ship, but I don't remember anybody scanning my card or actually verifying that I was there. The ship, Holland America's Eurodam, was launched in 2008. It has a capacity of a little bit over 2,100 passengers based on double occupancy and around 900 staff. It is a little bit more of an older fashion as far as style is concerned type of ship. It's a little bit European in my opinion. Not necessarily my style, but I still think it's a very beautiful ship. Also, compared to the larger ships that you see these days, Eurodam is a little bit more, it's a little bit smaller, and it feels a little bit more intimate. It did not feel super crowded. Like I said, it's pretty easy to navigate around. It only has 11 decks and 6 restaurants, including the Little Market buffet, 2 pools, and 10 elevators, and a couple of fast food type places in addition to the restaurants. Pretty much everything there is to do on this ship outside of being in your cabin is on decks 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, and 11. The guest services and the majority of the restaurants and shops and bars are on decks 1, 2, and 3. And then on deck 9, you have the Little Market, which is kind of like the buffet. You have the 2 pools, you have the New York pizza place, you have the dive-in, which is the fast food place next to the cover pool. There's an ice cream place. And then on deck 10, you have some kids areas and outdoor sports areas. And then deck 11 has a couple more restaurants, and this crow's nest, which is the observation lounge at the top of the ship and in front of the ship, that offers great views, especially when you sail in Alaska like we did. There's also a game room up on 11, but it's fairly simple to remember all these things, and I think by the first day at sea I knew exactly where everything is. Also, this ship is very suitable for sailing in Alaska because it has so many outdoor spaces. There's a full open deck on the back of the ship on deck 9. You have promenade decks on 3 and 4 and 10. So there's really a lot of outdoor space. But in Alaska, you have something to see every time you look around. So that was a very great fit. Restaurants and food. Eurodam does not have a lot of restaurants. They have the Little Market Cafe, which is basically the buffet, but it's not self-serve. They have the main dining room. They have 4 specialty restaurants, which are Nami Sushi, Tamarind, Pinnacle Grill, and Canaletto. Canaletto is actually inside the Little Market, so it's like a section off of the Little Market buffet. They also have this pizza place, New York Pizza, outside by the back pool, the uncovered pool, and then they have the dive-in, which is a burger and hot dog place next to the cover pool. They also have a little bit of a dessert area in the Little Market Cafe. Now, as far as the food quality, out of the specialty restaurants, I only tried the Tamarind because it was an extra charge and we had only one specialty dining voucher, and the food was exceptional. Other than that, I would say that the Little Market Cafe had decent food. I would say probably a 7 out of 10 as far as cruise go, but I didn't have anything that was bad. The main dining room, again, about the same quality of food. The only thing that I didn't really like about the main dining room is that they had a very limited selection, especially for lunch. But all in all, you have plenty of spaces to eat on the ship. The New York pizza was actually excellent. Now they have two kinds of pizza. They have the one that you order and you have to wait for because they bake you a little pie for yourself. And you can also get the pre-made square pizza. That one was pretty average, but the individual pizza was absolutely excellent. It was great quality even for compared to restaurants on land, not just as far as cruise ships go. I went to the dive-in and I ordered a hot dog and a burger. The hot dog was your average hot dog, not bad, not great, it was just decent, but the burger again was very, very good. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with the food on the ship. The bars and lounges. This ship is not a big ship, so as expected, they don't have a whole lot of bars. They do have on the second deck, they have Billboard Onboard, which is a piano bar by the casino. They have Pinnacle Bar. I have never been to that one, and I don't even remember seeing a lot of people there. Ocean Bar on third. The Lido Bar on deck 9 forward by the cover pool. And the Seaview Pool Bar on the 9th deck on the aft outdoor pool. And also they had the Tamarind Bar on deck 11. I have not been to most of these places, but I really had a great experience at the Seaview Pool Bar. Very good service, very quick. Also, the Tamarind Bar had great drinks and it also had a great view. So you could go there and just hang out. It's more like a lounge, but there was no music or anything. So you could just go there, maybe read, watch the water, and just relax. The lounges are the Rolling Stone Lounge and the Explorers Lounge. Now, the Rolling Stone Lounge was basically the main lounge where they had live music every night, and they had a really good band. I really thought they were very talented. They were singing and playing very good music. However, I think the show was ending around 11 o'clock, maybe 11:15. So there was not much to do on the ship as far as nightly life and entertainment after hours. But considering we're on an Alaska cruise, I don't think it bothered that many people because most people were in their cabins early. So it was sort of okay. The only problem that I had was on the last night, because we stopped in Canada, they shut down all the bars pretty much at 7:30 as soon as we were able to get off the ship. And since we're basically getting back to port the next morning, they never reopened. So unless you had some drinks stashed somehow from before, there was really nothing to drink that night. The entertainment. The Eurodam has a really large theater called the World Stage, which is spanning on 3 decks, 1, 2, and 3. I believe the entrance is on deck 3, and they had all sorts of shows. I was not able to attend any of these shows. I heard good things about the comedian on board, about the magician on board, It was actually funny that in one of the excursions, I started chatting with this guy, and I think I asked him if he's from the same ship we were, and he scolded me because he said, well, obviously you haven't seen my show because you would have known who I was. He was actually the magician on board. So fortunately, there were no more shows for the rest of the cruise, so I wasn't able to go and see any of his shows. But aside from that, they had, like I said, live music in the Rolling Stone Lounge every night. One morning, I think on the last day at sea, I was just walking around the ship, and they had line dance classes in the Rolling Stone Lounge. It was pretty funny, everybody trying to learn the steps of these dances, but people seemed to have a great time, so I think that was great. Obviously they had all the other trivia and bingo and whatever else. On, I believe, the first night, we had the captain address everybody in the world stage, and that was pretty cool. He was very funny, and he was telling us about the ship, about the staff, and it was very interesting to actually get to meet and to see the people who are in charge of making sure that everybody's experience is great. The staff, we have only had great experience with the staff on board. Our room attendants were just magnificent. They were such amazing people, always helping, always asking if they need to help us with anything. So all in all, they made our experience absolutely amazing. And everybody else on board was just great, very efficient, very helpful. I really want to give major kudos to the Eurodam staff. The staff was very much involved into our experience as far as the places we're going through, the wildlife. When we were going through Glacier Bay, they brought wild rangers on board, and they're literally just staring at the water left and right with their binoculars, and they'll just make announcements. Hey, there's a whale over here, there are seals. So I thought that was amazing. I mean, just going through Glacier Bay was a fantastic experience, but it really helped to put things into perspective. They were telling us stats, they were telling us about glaciers, about the history of the place, about habits of the animals that live there. So all in all, I believe the staff was absolutely amazing, and the experience as a passenger on Eurodam because of that was amazing. Okay guys, these were my thoughts on Eurodam. Please let me know if you have sailed on Eurodam and you had different experiences. I would particularly like to know if somebody has sailed on Eurodam going to a different destination other than Alaska, to be able to compare how your experience might change based on the itinerary. But as far as going to Alaska, I really believe this is probably one of the best ships you can choose. It is not very big. Holland America has a lot of experience of sailing in Alaska, especially in the Inner Passage and Glacier Bay. So I think it's a fantastic choice. It's not necessarily a party cruise, but it's definitely suitable for what most people are looking for in Alaska. Enjoying the beautiful sceneries, observing wildlife, looking at glaciers. So I really recommend this cruise line if you are heading to Alaska this upcoming season. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, bye.